I can hear myself. Okay. Check some. There we go. There we go. Hog wild. All right. What are you doing? I'm not leaving. Oh, oops. I almost closed it out. All right. Let me check something else. Jeez. Getting old here. Yeah, it's been a long day. I stole the title from somebody. From one of the spiritual adventure channels. I'm trying to get attention. It's not going to work for me, but you can always try. It's like more of this conspiracy adventure, I can get some of that traction. Of course, I just click off 5 seconds after I see it. It's like, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's a sad world after all. So yeah, this world implosion does take a while. That's not happens overnight. Now sending troops into Iran, that can only do good things, right? It seems like not anytime soon. The U.S. is feeling some of it here and there. I imagine more is on the way somehow. I imagine there is the big one on its way. I don't know what that one is, though, for the U.S., but it's hard to say. We'll see. We've seen pieces of it. The oil refinery in, was it Texas? Was kind of downplayed, but that was probably something. So, anyway. Go back to humanity's energy, society. Alien energies, of course, can come here. Is already here, as some of you know. But obviously the frequency of people, the majority is fear-based and programmed and whatever. It's the blame game. It's mostly the blame game. And of course, society is not really going towards its talents. It says doing excuses not to do it. They want to go to Paris and all that, and they want to travel or whatever, or not do anything. Sit around and have kids all day, I guess. Maybe the next generation will be better. This one's gone. In some cases, that's true. But it is like it's like a society of slackers, maybe not all, but a good portion. And so, because people here obviously have frequency to connect to have alien contact, and they already have, obviously, but it can be a night and day. It can transform in one day for actual contact, but not yet. At least on a visual level. I can't explain that one. Like, I'm not sure if there's a timeline for that. But it's like one day it's the old world, next day it's the alien world. But this one, it's just society. A good portion of society just is not on the game plan. It's not. I mean, obviously we're in the exploration side. The system is falling apart, and I don't know about the nuclear war and all that. I don't know. It all depends. But the Middle East is being blacklisted, because the U.S. is not seeing. Oh, they're not believing in it. That's why it's so arrogant, it's so spoiled. So, they're feeling it in different ways. Yeah, it's just, let's talk about empty. Middle East is going through. And it's like, yeah, it's like it can't happen here, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, but yeah, this is like a good portion of society is just slackers, basically. That they made, and they've been doing it for 2,000 years or longer. And that's great and everything, but all good things come to an end. So I don't know when that end is coming, or just shift off to another reality. Well, realities are shifting constantly right now. So you just gotta stay productive, do your thing, not sit around and wait. Just do whatever you gotta do. Spiritual internal work is still major league. Definitely. Doing more than the majority. Not doing anything. Sitting around, nothing to do. What a life, huh? So, anyway. Alright, we're going to get the time. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep this one a little bit short. I've been wearing myself out with a work situation. That is other things to bring up, but I don't remember anything. I think that was about it. Yeah, we're in a society of slackers. Time for a change. Not everybody is, but I think people understand that. You can see it. And that was the whole point. And now, like I say, that timeline is expiring. So obviously, reality is about going towards your talent, but when the majority is not doing that, and you're trying to do something with your life, and you get nothing but blocked by everyone, it's not your fault. At least you're trying. At least you're trying. It's not as hell. Like, people don't give up trying; they keep trying new things, and it all keeps failing. But inside you just gotta keep going. But yeah, talking about hell, because it doesn't mean your ideas were going to fail. It's just society failed, or whatever failed, or society is not really going towards its agreed contract, and so you're kind of moving through the mediocrity of society. A good portion, they want to be entertained, they want to be superstars on YouTube, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what they want to do. Sit around and be rich and do nothing, go sit in the sun. That's not, doesn't mean you have to work yourself to death, but the idea is to connect to your talents, do something with yourself, get some rest, not wear yourself out. But society's, mostly doing nothing. So that's where it's hard to move through mud when it comes down to. You wonder why things are so difficult? Because society gave up. A good portion of it just stopped trying. That's why I don't care what they do. I don't subscribe. I don't care anymore. Who cares? Society sucks. This is the way it is. Not everyone's like that, but a good portion is like that. They don't want to hear it. YouTube's not even promoting that, obviously. They're promoting Mr. Beast and entertainment. That was the other thing. So they're entered. Yeah, I'm gonna channel somebody in a second. But okay, so you have all these spiritual entertainment channels. These people that are doing it, using their arrogance, their manipulations, whatever, they are actually very small people when it comes down to it. You might have a huge following. You might have 100,000, 200,000, whatever, million, whatever. I'm talking about more of the spiritual group stuff. They're just still very small when it comes down to it, because they're pieces of shit. They're catering to a dying society. They're catering to a loser society. And what does that make them look like? Like pieces, because they're not really giving people what they need. They're giving people what they want. What they want is just the same message over and over again, because they gave up. So, what are you doing? All right, going to I guess the Pleiadians. Move on from and then that'll be it. Okay, what's this here? Increase your Pleiadians. So your energies. This is still your game. You're still your reality. But yes, we are working with your set of rules, you can say. But we are also, granted access to your reality to assist you along with others. And you can say we went through training and a great deal to understand your psyche, your ups or downs, all of your society woes, everything. And some of our groups have been caught by it and turned into many of you, as you can imagine. Not to say that's a bad thing, but some have been pulled into the manipulations. So you have like troops get pulled into that lose, and they get pulled into your fears and your phobias and all that, and they can't get out of it. So that shows their own dark side. And the new Earth, yeah, you can say the version that some are tapping into is that they wanted a utopia, but still they want the darkness here. Nothing wrong with that, but they haven't quite healed themselves either. Yeah, darkness on this world is like candy, and they can't let it go. But then they also ignore it to everyone that's so positive when it's actually, they're not identifying for what it really is. So be aware of different versions of this new Earth speaking, teachings, and it's kind of like a hijacking. Now, this is also the individuals are doing this too, not just the others that are pushing it. It's like, we want this new Earth, but they're not going into all the layers of what they still have not really healed themselves. They might say they have, as some of you noticed, they have not. So there's, obviously we can see it, but many in your world cannot see it. It's difficult. The story of have people given up in your world. There's ways of, and that's been going on for a very long time. And you can say why your world, the war, why it's happening is society has no track for itself. It's not going anywhere. So of course everyone would disagree with that, but like your world is trackless. It's not on a track as it could be, because as a society, the idea is for you to be all connected, which you technically are, but they are connected or not doing anything with their connection. They're burning it out, shutting it off. And so you're trying to move forward, and you are. It's just, but you're moving forward, but you're moving on the sand instead of like a railroad track where you're just moving. You're moving through dirt, mud, and everything. Sometimes they're backtracking depending on the situation, and that society is giving up. Because basically the idea is for you all work together, but some of you are, most are not. Most are fear-based. Yes, this got lost. It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare in some ways, where the hare is going around sniffing everywhere, not doing anything, while the tortoise keeps moving forward. It's kind of like that, to some level, as many of you are moving forward, and you might be called all kinds of names and all that. We're still making it through the frequency. Not to say all hares are like that, but that's one way of looking at it. So in preparation of what's going on, this is what's happening in the world is testing also your own belief systems, and just so many are still finding themselves in spirituality. Some are having a major spiritual wake-up call, because spirituality is maybe not what they thought it was. You're seeing the cracks in some of the messages of some are seeing it, and which is a good thing. Finally, But you need times like this for him to see it. Because this is a time of judgment in some ways, yes. Those have been messing with the system, taking advantage of it, being brutal towards others. Now, those that are lost, that's a different story, but still some of them are pretty terrible also. You can be lost and not be horrible. Some are lost and terrible. So, yeah, karmic ties are coming into those of, I've not been so kind. So, I'm not saying all of you have to be perfect, but, you know, you are trying to, those of you who have good intentions, trying to do something, and while the rest of the world kind of pushes against you. So, all I always say is keep going forward, and you'll find some kind of light at some point, somewhere. I don't know what you're looking for, but at least it's something you're looking for. You just gotta keep following your passions as the world begins to spin out of control. So, doesn't mean you have to be out of control. They might be out of control. Some of you might feel like you're more in control of yourself than you ever have been before.